ń dojúkọ. Ìdí táyé fi ń lé ní oyè ayé Ọlọ́run mímọ́ o. Ojú ogun láyé jẹ́ fẹ́ni tó wáyé o.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to be here and I'm glad to have us back at Obaleke Radio. My name is Okiki Oluwa Odeleye, aka Nurse Kiki. I'm from Osun State, Erikpa to be precise. Today I'll be talking on immunization in children. Some couples of weeks I talked about nutrition in children, but today I'm going to talk about immunization in children, and it's a very, very interesting program. I want to tell you to stay to the end of this program, and as you are staying, I want you to like, to comment, and to share, because you are going to enjoy yourself. You are going to gain a lot from this program. It's going to be interesting and impactful. Trust me. So we'll be looking at the concept of immunization, the types of vaccine we have. We'll be looking at the importance of vaccine, the importance of immunization, as well as the disadvantages of not taking immunization. Then the immunization schedule we have in Nigeria, the latest one. We'll be talking about that. Then lastly, we'll be talking about the care given to children after immunization. So firstly, the meaning of immunization. What do we understand by immunization? What is immunization? Firstly, immunization is a global health success story. It's the story we have to tell in health, because it has saved millions of lives, and presently it's still saving lives every year. It's saving millions of lives every year. So therefore, immunization is the process whereby a person is immunized, a person is protected from a particular disease through vaccination. Immunization is a process whereby a person is protected from a particular disease through vaccination. So now, immunity has three attributes. It has specificity, it has memory, and it has tolerance. Now, specificity, it means that it is specific, it is peculiar to a particular disease. It means that if a child is vaccinated against measles, that means the child is protected against measles, but the child is not protected against all other diseases like tuberculosis, against poliomyelitis. The child is not protected against them because the child is only vaccinated against measles. So that is the specificity, that is it is specific to a particular disease. If so, that is the main reason why it is very important for we parents to ensure that our child takes all these vaccines that has been scheduled in the immunization schedule program in Nigeria. So we have a lot of them, because all these diseases, they are prevalent in Nigeria. They are the diseases that are common in our environment. So they are preventable diseases. So we want to prevent them from contacting these diseases even at that early age. Can we imagine having a 6 weeks baby being diagnosed of hepatitis, of liver disease? Is a very bad experience. A 6-month-old baby being diagnosed with tuberculosis, can we see that is a bad experience? So it is very, very bad. We parents, we are meant to protect these children from all these harmful substances, from all these harmful diseases. So that's why the importance of this program. Take your children for immunization. Don't the misconception, the belief that is going all around the world, don't be confused with them. Immunization is good and it is safe, it is effective. So take your child for immunization because it is very, very effective. So now, what is vaccine? Vaccine is anything that is introduced into the body that that stimulates the immune response and provide immunity for a particular disease. So it can either be a dead or a living weakened vaccine. And this vaccine, we have 80% of the vaccine we have in Nigeria, they are injectables, while we have some that can be sprayed into the nose or to the mouth. So that is vaccine. Then the immune system, we talk about the system that is responsible for our protection, for our survival, the system that is responsible for our resistance to diseases, that is the immune system. Our immune system is responsible for fighting against all of these foreign substances in the body. So if we talk about any system that is responsible for our survival, for our protection against harmful substances, is our immune system that does that for us. And the soldiers that help us to fight this in the immune system is known as the lymphocytes. The lymphocytes is the soldiers that help our body to fight if any substance is coming into the body. And let me say this, that any foreign substance coming into the body as an harmful substance is known as antigen. So now what our body produce to fight this antigen is known as antibody. So when the antibody in the body, when they fight the antigen coming outside from the body, when they fight and win, that's when we have immunity against that particular disease. So that is, and anytime we win, anytime a child is vaccinated against a particular disease, let's say measles for example, and the antibody is being produced and they win the antigen coming from outside, we have immunity, and they are going to store that process, the process of fighting that measles, they are going to store it. So anytime the baby or the child is coming in contact with measles later in the future, the body system is already, it has a system of fighting that measles. So that is why we are going to win. That is the meaning of vaccine, because they have already helped us. We have already created a system that will help our baby, the life of a child to fight that particular disease. So that is why immunization is very, very important.
Ojú ogun láyé jẹ́ fẹ́ni tó wáyé ó wá ṣe rere. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, mo wá ronú jinlẹ̀.
Now I want to talk about the types of vaccine we have. We have 6 types of vaccine. The first one is inactivated vaccine. Inactivated vaccine is the type of vaccine that makes use of the killed version of the germ that is causing that disease. That is making use of the dead germ causing the disease, and it is very, very safe. It's very, very safe for your child. It's very, very safe. It doesn't cause any harm, because it's just like a dead body, that if you have a dead body here and you are eating, you are drinking, you are doing all of that, if you are even beating that dead body, is not aware about the environment because it's dead. So just like the germs too, they are dead, so they don't know anything, they can do nothing, they are powerless. They can do nothing to our body. They are very, very safe. So the introduction of this deadly germ into the body, that's the inactivated vaccine. So they help to stimulate the immune response and they provide immunity for our body. But the limitation this type of vaccine has is that we have to have like several shots of it. We have to that is why you see in the immunization schedule, you can see some vaccine that you have to take them like 4 times, you have to take them like 6 times before you can have an ongoing immunity for life. So that is it. You have to keep on taking this type of vaccine. You have to keep on you have to have like 4 or 6 shots before you can have your protection for life. So that is this type of vaccine. And the example of this vaccine is we have hepatitis A, we have polio vaccine, we have rabies, we have flu. This type of vaccine, they are inactivated vaccine that make use of the dead version of the germ that is causing that disease. So now the second one is life attenuated vaccine or life weakened vaccine. That means they are living but they are weak. They are very, very weak. They are powerless. Just like I'm saying, they can do nothing to your body. They can do nothing to the child because they are just living. It's just as if you captured a man and you've already uncuffed the hand, the leg is chained, you've glued the mouth. What can that person do? The person can do nothing, absolutely nothing. So the same way these living germs in our body, they can do nothing because they have been captivated, they have been weakened. So they cannot harm us. They are just there to stimulate the immune response. So but this type of vaccine is stronger than the first one, that inactivated vaccine, because they make use of the living weakened vaccine. So the immunity they are going to provide for us is stronger than the immunity the dead vaccine will provide for, the dead germ will provide for us. So this type of vaccine has a stronger immunity, but it has some limitations. The first limitation is like it has to be refrigerated, it has to be cool, and it doesn't travel for a far distance except if the cooling system is very, very good. So they have to be refrigerated at all times to protect the potency of the drug, of the vaccine. And also they shouldn't be given to immunocompromised patients with low immunity. They shouldn't be given to them, or anybody that has an organ transplant, maybe kidney transplant or liver transplant, any organ transplant, they shouldn't be given to them except if recommended by your doctor that you should take it. Maybe you have good immune system, maybe your immune system are strong, so that is the case that you can take them. Then the third vaccine is messenger RNA vaccine. Messenger RNA vaccine, this is just like as if you are here now and you want to send your child to go and get airtime for you. Do you understand? So you in particular, you are not going. You are sending someone to get that vaccine for you. So this type of vaccine is very, very safe because they don't make use of any of the germs that is causing the disease. That's why it is safe. The germ is not present in the vaccine we are using. It's just like they just make use of a protein. They make use of a protein that will stimulate the immune response. So that is what this type of vaccine is all about. So the virus is not in the vaccine we are taking, but a protein that will stimulate the immune response for that particular disease. And the example of this type of vaccine is COVID-19. COVID-19 is an example of this, and this is the reason why that and I want to say this, that because for some people, when they are vaccinated against COVID-19, they were saying that they are scared, maybe they are infected or so. I want to tell you that there is no COVID-19 vaccine. There is no COVID-19 virus in the vaccine you are taking. It's very, very safe because it contains the protein that will stimulate that COVID-19, that will stimulate the response. So the virus that is causing COVID-19 is not there. So this type of vaccine is very, very safe because it does not contain the virus that is causing the disease. So the fourth one is subunit recombinant polysaccharide and conjugate vaccine. So this subunit is making use of subparts. Is making use of a part of the germ that is causing the disease. It's not making use of the whole germ. We are not putting the whole germ into the body, but you are putting a part of the germ into the body. Like you can put maybe the capsid, that is the covering of the germ, or you can put the protein that is the germ is producing, or the sugar of the germ. That's what is introduced into the body. So this type of vaccine to also provide a stronger immunity to the body. But their limitation is that you have to take like several shots of them before you can have your protection for life. And the example of this type of vaccine is Haemophilus influenza type B disease. We have hepatitis B. We have human papilloma virus. We have whooping cough, pneumococcal disease, meningococcal disease. We have shingles. All of that, they are the examples of subunits. They make use of the parts of a germ, not the whole germ is introduced into the body. So now the fifth one is toxoid vaccine. Toxoid vaccine. From the name toxoid, toxin, it makes use of the toxin produced by the germ. But this toxin, they are deactivated. That means they are not active, but they will just introduce that toxin into the body. So they are deactivated vaccine. Deactivated toxin is being introduced into the body to stimulate the immune response, and they will provide immunity for you. But the limitation, like I said, is you have to have ongoing, or you have to have like several shots of the vaccine before you can be protected. So the example of this is we have diphtheria, we have tetanus. So those are the examples of toxoid. And the example of live attenuated vaccine is we have yellow fever, we have BCG, we have smallpox, we have measles, mumps, rubella, we have chickenpox, we have yellow fever, we have rotavirus. That is the example of living weakened. They are living but they are weak vaccine. So that's the example. That's the example of that. Then the last type of vaccine we have is viral vector vaccine. This type of vaccine make use of a vector. And a vector in biology is something that carries the DNA of a particular virus to a host. So you are using a vector as a means of conveying that virus to the host. So this type of vaccine too, you are not using the virus that is causing the disease. You are not using the virus that is causing disease, but you are using another virus, that is vector. You are using another virus that can stimulate the immune system to provide immunity for the body. So the example of the virus that can be used in this viral vector vaccine is we can have the adenovirus. Adenovirus is a virus that causes common cold, that causes catarrh and cold. So that's adenovirus. We can use measles virus as vector virus. We can use VSV, that's influenza vesicular stomatitis. You can use that too. So those are the vector that can be used in this case of vaccine, and they are very, very good. Example of this vaccine is COVID-19. Again, like I said, COVID-19 does not contain the vaccine does not contain the virus that is causing COVID-19. Can you see that they are making use of another virus that can stimulate the immune system? So you are very, very safe. For people that are scared of taking the second dose of COVID-19, that maybe because then they are feeling somehow that they don't want to check it. No. It doesn't contain the virus. You are protected for life. It's very, very safe. So now, so let me talk about the advantages, the benefits, the importance of immunization. What can we benefit from taking immunization? Immunization, like I said